Hey guys, and welcome back to GeekAddiction. Today we're going to be looking at the Perfect Grade Strike Gundam. So just a quick look at the Gundam itself. I unboxed this a very long time ago and I built it a very long time ago. So we're just going to go through everything that it came with before we go to articulation. So basically what you get with this kit is you get the Grand Slam sword, the armored Schneider, which I'll show later, his beam rifle, and a shield. So this is the shield that the Gundam comes with. It's actually pretty nice. Altogether, I think it was around roughly 15 or 20 pieces because each of the colored pieces of plastic are all separate. You got a handle there on a movable track, and then quite a bit of detail. Now, this is the clip for you to put to attach it to the Gundam's either left or right arm. And the reason it's on this swivel is so that you can angle it whichever way you want to. Apart from that, it does come with retractable blast shield, which you can basically control with this peg in the back. This is a quick and easy way to attach the shield to the Gundam. Okay, and now we're going to look at probably my favorite part of this kit apart from the Gundam is the Grand Slam sword. This thing is freaking huge. It was made with roughly, I'd say, about 7 to 8 pieces, and this thing is about the size of a normal kitchen knife. It sits at like 9 or 8 inches long, and this is one of the primary kits that are painted in a nice silver. It's got a retractable handle for its closed mode, and then when you open it up for use with the Gundam, and it looks freaking badass, and a couple of pegs on either side. Okay, and moving on to the beam rifle, which is pretty standard across the anime. Really nice looking beam rifle here with a nice blue colored clear plastic for the scope and a movable handle. It does have another piece that I want to show you guys, but unfortunately since I painted it I can't, and it has a grenade launcher at the top, and also you can actually push the trigger down and up ever so slightly. Now it does peg into the back of the Gundam, and here's a quick shot of how to do so. There's a small peg in the gun itself. And the last set of weapons is got to be the armored Schneiders. I believe these were the first ones the Gundam pulled out during the anime in the first few episodes. These things are pretty nice. They're retractable or folding knives or butterfly knives. Pretty cool. Detail on it is pretty nice. I was a little shy to show these off because I fudged up the paint job. On the handle, I need to finish this off because I never had time to. But yeah, nice pair of knives there for the Perfect Grade. Okay, so I'm going to do the articulation part by part because of the size of this monster of a kit. So first up, let's just go ahead and take a look at the head. The head sculpt is really nice in terms of the armor. Just want to show you a bit of the frame itself. And if you remove the back part of the head, this is basically where the LED light goes in, and there's a bit of light piping there for the eyes, the front cameras, which I will show you in a picture in a little bit. Also, I can show you a little bit of the armor's detailing and how I initially painted it. And let's go ahead and close this guy up. And the nice part is it peeks out, the frame peeks out here and there, so it adds a nice effect to the guns, back of the head, and side of the face. Up next is the shoulder pad, and we're going to take a quick look at this. So you basically have a hinge on the inside. Just to keep in mind, guys, these are not the original colors. I repainted these with my gray and my metallic silver. They all came in one single color. So basically you've got a few tracks on the kit itself, so you can open it up and kind of expose the internal armor that is there, the internal frame. So this is pretty much what it looks like. Pretty nice. I managed to mask and spray that internally and then color it in with some bronze and red to give it a nice clean look, and then pretty much close down the booster and basically hide everything. So moving into the hands, or the arms rather, you have a swivel or a hinge joint at the shoulder, and then a double elbow joint, which, look at that part separation, looks good. Oh, sorry about that, just ripped off the forearm there. And then a swivel at the top of the bicep and a kind of double swivel at the forearm, and then you have a bit of rotation or swiveling at the actual forearm itself, so you can move it a little bit in. And then my favorite part, which are the fingers. Each of the fingers are on a ball joint with individual knuckle and hinge joints, so you can pretty much pose them like a normal hand, which is freaking awesome. And they all end at a single ball joint that lets them rotate as well as move side to side. You've got a hinge joint at the wrist and a ball joint, and that's pretty much it for the hands. I think this is probably one of the most flexible, posable parts of the Gundam. It's pretty much very similar to a normal human hand. And with both hands there's a peg at the center for all the weapons. And moving on to the chest, first up at the shoulder joint is a hinge that lets you raise the shoulders up, and there's a bit of metallic pistons on the inside there which I wanted to show off. And then of course there's a butterfly or a door hinge there, so you can bring the arm forward just a little bit. And then at the hips, again, more pistons and really nice detailing that lets you move the hips side to side, which can get you some good side to side there. And I'm trying to get you to see, I guess you can see that. And then the booster in the back slightly moves up and down. It's not really very posable. And then there's a few heating vents at the top of the on the chest. So they're on a track. I forgot to paint these, but they're on a track. And then you have a hinge joint at the base of the neck. And let's see. Oh yes, and sorry. And you can take apart the back to show off a little bit of the inside detail. I believe this is so that you can connect the booster or the backpack to make the Ale Strike. And then with the arm, so you can raise the shoulder that far up just to run through the same connections, and that far in and out. So one bonus with a lot of master grades and perfect grades is the ability to open the cockpit, and in very rare cases high grades. Now this cockpit is actually pretty freaking badass. Now you have the bottom hatch that you can pop open, and then the top hatch is actually, once I rip it out, on a track. So when you pull it out and flip it open, you actually bring the cockpit forward. Now excuse my big ass fingers, but let me go ahead and there you go. So that's pretty much what the cockpit looks like. I have not put in the pilot, I need to, but yeah. This is not the stock color. I spray painted it or painted it so that it stands a little bit, and then panel washed it so all the edges and seams kind of stand out, and easy to push back in. There you go. Now moving into the waist skirt, each and every single one of the parts of the skirt have the underframe as well as the armor on top. So here's just a quick look underneath. They're all connected with a combination of ball joints and hinges, so you can get the maximum flexibility and posability out of these guys. Again, please note that this is all painted, not come in this color. Now this section here is interesting. This hinge is actually a die-cast metal piece, and what it does is when you move it back and forth like that, you can rock the hips of the Gundam and put it in different poses. So when it's forward, you can do more crouching poses, and when it's back, more for standing. And of course the action base connector is nicely concealed. Again, as I said, all ball joints here and there. And then I hope you like the paint job on the armor frame itself. Took a long time to do, but it looks good now. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next part. Okay, so my favorite part of this kit has got to be the legs. The amount of flexibility in this thing is surprising. So let's start at the top with a hinge joint at the top of the thigh. Then you got a swivel at the top of the thigh again, and a little bit of articulation with that back armor piece. You could lift the flaps up for the thrusters, and at the base of the heel. That's the thruster right there, and it collapses. Right, so here's the full expanded look. Okay, and then a double jointed knee. Just look at that armor separation. It looks fan-freaking-tastic. I managed to highlight as much as I could in the inner frame, but I still don't think I did it justice. And smooth right back up. Again, another look, watch it expand down. Fan-freaking-tastic. Now let's move to the bottom, or the shin. I'm trying to show you the piston at the heel. So there it is. Look at that. The heel can move up and down, and then the armor plate at the ankle can go up and down. And move out of the way so you can raise the heel. And then the toe joint is insane. Before I go on, take a look at this toe joint. I just can't. This is so freaking cool. Then of course, it's got more of the pistons, which look fantastic. Those are also pre-painted and came with the kit in that chrome color, similar to the sword. And here's a good shot of the ankle piston. That looks superb. And of course, good pivot. Wouldn't expect any less from Perfect Grade. So just like the shoulders, the shins can be popped open to reveal the under armor or the frame underneath with a little bit of detailing. Here's a sped up version of all the posability with the kit put together. I didn't want to kind of bore you guys. Well, because of the sheer size of this dude, I could not do a full recording on my camera, so I put them together separately and then recorded his movements after showing you the full articulation by each part. So this dude is pretty damn flexible. By the way, I forgot to say he has a beautiful spread. Like I said, this guy is not small. He stands in at literally 1 foot. So my final verdict on this dude. I am a huge fan of Gunpla. I've been doing this for almost a couple years now. I love the fact of putting these tiny pieces together and building this monster. And this dude is freaking awesome. He was my first Perfect Grade, and he has been one of my favorite kits for a while now. He comes with over, I think, 117 pieces and quite a few die-cast metal pieces in order to sustain the weight. I love the Grand Slam, I love all the weapons, the posability is insane, as you can see. Definitely not something to take on by yourself, I mean as a noob, I must say, but definitely something you should work up to. A little bit of gluing here and there would make it a little bit easier to put this dude together, but I tried to stay without gluing anything in. End of the day, I love this damn kit. It was so much freaking fun to build. It took me forever to build, but I did it, and it was worth it, and it looks superb. And with that, I like to urge and encourage every Gunpla builder out here in Lankaland to go ahead and definitely try out building one of these Perfect Grades. It's going to be a challenge, but trust me, at the end of the day, you'll love what you build, and it'll be all yours. You can customize it and make it look like anything you want to your level of choice. One question I have for you guys is, what are you guys doing with top coat? Have you found a way to do it out here, or do you guys just bring it in and, you know, the spray cans and whatnot? Let me know in the comments below, because I really want to, and I'm top coat my kits, and I'm struggling now because I don't have anything. I don't have any options. In either case, like I said, this is definitely something you guys should try. It's worth it to do at least once. It's experience you will not forget, because it's gonna piss you off, and then at the end make you smile, because every time you look at it, you're gonna be like, yes, I built that shit, I did it, and everybody's gonna love it. And with that, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more. Thanks. Catch you in the next one.